Hi everyone, welcome if this is your first time here. Welcome back if this is a return trip for you. My name is April, this is the Frugal Planner channel, and I wanted to flip through how the month of March ended in my spiral notebook. Just got this from Walmart last season when they were doing back to school sales. Yes, there is a tutorial for this. I will try to remember to link it down below or put a card up above if I can do that. And it was actually pretty easy. It was pretty easy to set up. So if you are looking for a planner setup that has the month at the top and then a weekly down below, that you always have a view of your monthly, try this layout. I highly recommend it. I was inspired by the Laurel Denice planners, and I wanted to see if this was a layout, pardon me, if this was a layout that would work for me. I am always flipping back and forth between my monthlies and my weeklies. Rarely do I flip back and forth between my weeklies and dailies, but always my monthlies and weeklies. So I thought this would be a good way to always have my month at the top and then have my days of the week listed down below. And it doesn't matter what week it is, the days always line up with their corresponding calendar day, which is lovely. For March, I chose a very neutral color palette. This is the Colors of the World. And then I have some stickers from Planner Kate that I've had for quite some time. So you'll see some washi tape. None of this is really necessary. I just did some colors in here to add to it for filming. You do not have to do that. Please don't feel like you have to do that. You can do 100% functional planning if that is what you love. And if you love, putting more stuff down on the paper, that's fine too. I'm just here to give you some ideas on how to use your spiral notebook. So this was the first week, me moving in, kind of getting familiar with how I wanted to lay things out, put some, interest in there. This is the second week. I started, making like checklists during the day and then different things that I wanted to get done. And I moved meals over here, where over here was more notes for the week. This column here, I will be really honest with you, for the month of March was kind of like that unusable sidebar that I always struggle with. I struggle with the sidebar so much in any planner that I have, any layout that I have, but in order to make everything kosher, this was the layout that I chose to go with. So the next week, I added some dots for some visual texture. I added some different washi tape at the bottom. Again, I'm really liking the, transition between how I'm setting up my weeks as I go along through this spiral notebook. And one of the most important things I think about using a spiral notebook is it is not permanent. If you don't like this layout, you can tear it out. You can start over. If you don't like this layout, you can move to another one next week or next month. You don't have to stay with it because it is this. Like, we're starting with 2 blank pages every single day, right? Like, we can set up whatever we want to set up. This, however, has been a really nice change to what I normally do in my planning. So again, you'll see I will pull things down from the scheduler as it is necessary on here from my calendar, from the monthly part of it. And I've really enjoyed having this full at a glance monthly view with my weekly down below. And I feel like it has really lent itself to me being able to put more in my planner that is functional and still keep some creativity. Like, I put a flower in here because I knew I wasn't going to use this space, so I just popped a flower down in there. I have thoroughly enjoyed using this for the month of March. And remember, we had set up the month of April. So looking at this is my first full week in April. It's the same. I've got my monthly up here. I did do a little bit more washi tape this month just to give it a little more of that visual texture that I love. Is it necessary? No, not at all. And then you can see here is my first full week. Exhausted, Sunday, ugh. And then this was the week we are just finishing now. So the 7th through the 13th. And over here, I just use this as a journal part. Like I needed this for journaling. This I'm going to put my market list. And then this is the current week that we're on. And I really don't have much planned out yet. I can pull down the city budget here, fences here, and then that's pretty much it. I did forget to write Easter up here. Silly me. But yeah, I mean, I kept track of everything I wanted to keep track of this week, from ideas for a new podcast that I want to do, to dinners that we had, city council. I checked my retirement account and then I said I shouldn't have. True, I should not have. Thank goodness my investments are in there for the long haul and I'm not pulling any out anytime soon. Yeah, and then my book that I had written in 2014 actually was available for Audible, so it's now available in Audible. I'm over the moon excited that in 2014 I wrote this book, and now in 2025 I can give it kind of a new identity and put it on Audible for people to listen to. I'm over the moon excited about that. Like, I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. If you didn't know, I am an author. I write books. I've got a couple out there. One is comical. It's like my childhood, things that I can't, like, statute of limitations has run out, so my mom can't be mad at me anymore. Well, I mean, she can still be mad at me, but she can't really ground me for them anymore. That was, Hey Lady, Are These Your Underwear? And the book title, ironically enough, sidetrack here, came from a text I received from my brother-in-law who lives just up the hill from us. Our old dog, who, rest his soul, I love him so much, Steve, used to steal my undergarments, and he may or may not have taken a pair of them up the hill to my in-laws' house and left them in the yard. And so my brother-in-law sent me a text with a picture that says, "Hey lady, are these your underwear?" And I was 10,000 shades of mortified. I have never been so embarrassed in my entire life. And so that was the inspiration for the title of the book. And those are the kind of stories that are in the book from when I was a kid to growing up. There's a couple of serious stories in there. Like when I found a lump, when I was doing self-exam. That one was a little scary, but I included it in the book. So yeah, it's just like fun stories, very low key. You can read it and put it away and not worry about like keeping track of characters, because you know me, I'm the character. And then the other book, the one that's available on Audible, is Who's the Girl in the Fat Suit? And it's all about my like reality with weight gain and weight loss. And there are some comedic parts in it, but I will tell you most of the book is pretty heartfelt. And I started listening to it on Audible last week when it got put up there, and there were a couple chapters that choked me up that I was like, oh God, I remember feeling that way. Like, I so remember that feeling that I wrote about. So if either of those books sound interesting, I will post a link down below to my Amazon author page so that you can check them out. And if you do, I hope you enjoy them. They were a lot of fun to write. Shout out to my editor, Megan, and my illustrator. There's just so many people involved in doing a book that, yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, skip topic. This is this week that's coming up. Again, I need to fill it in, and I will definitely do that. We've got tax day here. I know our accountant gave us an extension, so we are not filing, but we'll get there. That's about it. Let me know down below. Sorry I got sidetracked on the book, but that was like a really big accomplishment this week that I wanted to share with you. I think it's really cool, and I never, ever, well, first, I never thought I would have a book published on Amazon, let alone a couple. And I never, ever thought that I would have an Audible version of one of those books available to listen to. So that is pretty exciting. I love you. Let me know down below how your weekend has gone, if you're ready for Monday, or if you are still getting your week organized, kind of like me. And I will see you down in the comments. I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you have an awesome, awesome week. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.